So to cut these little pockets, looking at that, it's only about 6, 7, maybe 8mm. So I'll set this up using this test piece that I did. Put my router on there. Fence hasn't changed, so this still should be centred to that. I put the smaller cutter in. I'll wind that down till it touches the wood. Lock it off there. Then I'll set my stop to the distance that I want there, which is about that. Lock that off. Then when I plunge, it should just go that deep. That's about right. I'll do it on these now. So I've got my little pencil marks where the slot is, and that, it's about the width of the cutter either way. So I'll just eyeball it and just go past a bit. Right, so for these, I put a pencil mark on, I don't know whether you can see it, but it comes to about there, and same again, pencil mark there, it comes to about there. Need to go slightly past, so there and there. I need to leave enough meat around those holes, but what I'm going to do is plunge cut one hole there, one at each end, and then just route out the bit in the middle. And I've got my bit as close as I can to centre. It's slightly oversized, so I don't think it matters that it's, if it's slightly, slightly out. I'll do that one. And for these, I need to drill quite a big hole for these inserts. I have to get them fairly accurately centre. This bit fits, this 1/2 inch bit fits, and with the point, if I turn it over, I should be able to drill just a little bit, just to make the point, but it's a bit short. Getting started isn't easy, and I don't have one of these that's the right size. 1/2 inch doesn't seem to fit in the hole. See, that's 1/2 inch, but it don't go in the hole. It's like 0.7mm. It's just that little bit different between 12mm and 1/2 inch. Put that like that. See, 1/2 inch won't go, but 12mm will. And that one in the box was 12mm. Wherever it says that, look. That one in that box was 12mm. Got some more in here. These must be metric that I got. But it only just fits, and I might knacker my points, so I'm not going to destroy this doing that. So I've got this marker pen. I'm gonna do that. I should be able to get it pretty centre to that now. Right, I've just drilled a 10mm hole. That looks like it's going to fit in there. Putting these in just by hand like that can be quite difficult to get them, you know, going in straight. You've got to push down a lot, put a lot of weight on. So what I've got in here somewhere is little bits like this. Little bits of Allen key that I've cut off. You put them in the drill and power these things in. So that's what I'm going to do to this key. Where's that other key? I've got two. I think they're the same size. So I'm just going to lop a bit off one of these. And sometimes countersinking the top of these helps, you know, helps get them started. And if you put in these these ones in, you know, that finish flush, you have to sort of countersink the top anyway. These ones, the full inserts, you don't. Like I say, these ones you do. Right. That mess is these sort of bits, these brad point bits and Forstner bits. Cut a cleaner hole if you can get the drill spinning before you plunge. That I made a little hole in the centre with that bit, but when I put the point of that in the hole, it went blah, blah, blah. And I've also got my countersink bit. It's a deburring bit. These are really good cutters. Good for laminates, plastics, anything like that. But also good for MDF. If I was to countersink that first, it would help it stop it feathering up. When you put these things in, or screws or anything, you see how that's feathered up, it's lifted up. If you countersink the hole first, I've shown it on other ones. Put a little one on here. You might see me do that sometimes when I'm drilling through the back of something, and then I'll drill through the face and countersink it. If you countersink the back, it helps to stop that sort of breakout that you get. But see how that one goes, and then I'll drill another one and countersink it and see what the difference is. Right, I'm just going to drill a little hole, and like I say, get the bit spinning first. That was a better one, the second one. Don't know if you can see how it's lifted up a little bit. See how that edge is lifted up a bit. So I just countersink this one a little bit. See, that's got no lip on the edge of it, not like that. Right, and I considered plunging these holes, because I'd get them nice and straight if I used my router. But this is the only 10mm cut I've got, and you can see the two cutters are on either side. That bit in the middle doesn't cut. That's what I was talking about. The plunge cutting doesn't work too well. the Axminster cutters I've been getting have got this cutter that goes all the way to the centre. You know, it only goes to there at the moment. The plunge cutting ones go right to the centre. And getting this in the right place in the centre, I don't know whether that would work. I can drill a hole pretty square, so I'm just going to do it by hand. They look pretty good to me. Cushed it. I'll get the others done. Right, now I have these little springs and pins to get in. I'm going to drill through there and try and get it going in straight like that. So, nice sharp pencil. I'll mark that the best I can. And then looking at these, and I've offered these up to these little holes. See, they need to be sitting flush. See, they need to be sitting flat in order to get into that hole. So, I'm going to transfer that around here. Then I'm going to drill a little pilot hole. Then I'm going to open it up with a bigger hole. I could cut like a channel in here, sit the spring and stuff in there, but then I've got to cover it and it's damaging the face. I think just fill in a hole on the side, probably be neater. So that's sort of how it needs to go. I'm going to drill this hole. I was just wondering whether it would have been better off drilling this hole first before I cut these grooves in, but either way I'm going to have a hole meeting this groove. If I drill a hole that's big enough, that's about the right size. So if I drill a hole past, then I might be able to belt one of these in, you know, might have to cut it down a bit, but belt it all in and that'll plug the end of the hole. Okay, I've put this bit in as long as I can. And that comes to there. So that should leave a decent length piece of dowel. I'll have to cut them down, but I think that's going to work. Right, I think I was just talking bollocks, so I'll skip that maybe when I'm editing it. We'll see. I've taken the depth stop off, and I'm just going to go for it. When I drill this hole, I'll be able to get the cutter. I'll be able to get the bit to just cut into the line there. Then when I go through into there, as long as that hole is at the bottom of there, I'm just going to do it. I don't want to destroy this joint though here, so Not a very good bit, this. That's a better bit. And like I say, as long as I get that cut in so that it's sitting at the bottom there. So, see, it's come through there. So what I need to do is go full depth of that, and then work out what size dowel I need to belt in to plug that hole. Like I was saying, I couldn't just stop it short because this needs to be, I think, at least that depth. You know, a little bit if the spring got compressed. I'd still be very close to the edge of it. You see, I've missed that hole. It has broken out a little bit inside there, but even if I put the dowel through and it was in this hole, I'd better drill this hole out a little bit, you know, clear out the dowel that's blocking. So from that, I'll put a mark on there. I'll put a pencil mark there. That's how deep I've drilled. I'll work out that needs to be about that. Once the spring's compressed a little bit, not much, just a little bit, that'll bring me close to there. So I need to cut that dowel down to about that, and then bray it in. I might leave it a little bit longer. See the dowel on here, you can just see the edge of the dowel there. So I might just leave it just a fraction longer, just so it's sitting in this hole here. So I've trimmed that down, put a bit of glue on it and bray it into there now. Didn't show you cutting this down with mitre saw because H&S will be on my back. Let's see if I can get some glue in there. Once this dowel's in, it's not going to go anywhere, so it's only just to stop it wriggling around a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. Right, I've got a 6mm bolt here, a long 6mm bolt. I'm going to use this as a drift. That don't fit in there, that don't fit in there, so I've got to come from this end. That's made that swell up a bit. Might have to just get chisel on that a little bit. Where's my spring? Oops, that's a bit stiff. Gonna have to open that hole up a bit. But I can't get the spring out either. Easy peasy, that one. We'll try that again. Where's my pin gone? Cool. See if we can get this tracking as well now. It's a bit tighter than it was yesterday. Cool, that'll do. Right, you see how that dowel is showing there? That dowel is showing there. These mounts, when they go on, they'll sit on the bed, so the hook will be up that way. So I don't think that dowel will interfere. Like I say, I think I just need to chisel that off a little bit. Oops. Right, so now that one's in, I'll get all the others done. Right, so both of them are done. I need to just put a couple of little screws in. I'll go do the headboard exactly the same, and then I've got to take it all down, mount it on the bed, and there's the side panels to do. I'm going to do them when I'm down there. I'll work them out anyway. I don't know when it's going to be because of this lockdown, so I'll get that done as soon as I can.